Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to Race of the Week. This week, I'm very fortunate because up until late last night, I didn't even think I was going to have a race to bring this week. The results have just been absolutely terrible. Well, the daily races not really being to my liking, and then results going against me. I wasn't sure I was going to have any content to put out this week's Race of the Week. But anyway, that all said and done. Late last night, I went onto my USA account. Took part in Daily Race C, and that's the race I'm going to bring to you. So this is 10 laps around Bathurst, Group 3 cars. You've got to use Racer Soft and Racing Medium tyres, so there's a mandatory pit stop. And there's a familiar face for us in RL250 in this one. Hope you like it, guys. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button too. So we're starting this one from P16. We're in the RCF. And we're starting on the medium tyres. So normally the soft tyres last 5, 6, 7 laps. So you'll see cars pitting from lap 3 to lap 7 basically. But given we're starting on the mediums, we are likely to try and do 6 laps on the softs. So we'll come in on the end of lap 4 here. Now sadly I am narrating this after the event because like a pleb, I forgot to unmute my microphone. But we're starting P16. We've got RL250, our friend ahead of us in P14. This AMG guy goes a little bit wide on that first corner before he's even started the race, and we've gained a place already up to P15. We're a little way off RL250. And as we exit this first bend, we're just thinking, just stay ahead of AMG, just keep it facing forward, don't let the back end step out. The trouble with this particular race is if you make any sort of mistake, make any contact with the wall or anything like that, you get a 1.5 second time penalty. If you cross the, for those who aren't aware, if you cross the pit lane entry lines or exit lines, you'll get a 3 second penalty for that as well. So the trick here is to not get any penalties. That's the only way you're going to get a half decent result. So obviously we don't know what tyres anyone else is on. Coming up the hill for the first time. Close the gap a little on RL250. He seems to be stuck in a bit of traffic ahead. Someone's ghosting there. It's another freebie. Got up to P14 now. Oh, hit the wall. Just about managed to keep that facing forward. Come off the throttle there, so we didn't run wide on the exit of that left-hander. Now down the hill here, unless we make a serious mistake, it's highly unlikely the car behind is going to overtake, so we're okay. Drop back a little bit off of RL. This hairpin here is so difficult to get right. I would say I've got it right. I've got a way in which I seem to be pulling away down the straight, at least initially, so fairly confident that we had fended off the challenge from the car behind, and we're fully focused on RL ahead. Seems to be looking like a move. He's going to make a move down the inside of Isolis there. I think it's better of it, but it's allowed us to close up. The more the cars ahead of you or behind you fight, the easier it is for you. I thought RL was going to go in the pits there, but he chooses not to. So we've managed to survive the first lap. We're now up to P12. I think must have been another car that must have lost it somewhere there that we missed. And we're trying to just stay in the slipstream here, trying to catch up with RL, but the problem is he's also got the slipstream of the cars in front, so we're not really making much progress. We'll stay to the left. We're not going to make a move. We're too far back. I also don't really want to put RL under too much pressure through here. I want him to think that I'm going to mess up his race, so I'm staying back unless there's a clear opportunity for me to overtake, and at the moment, even if we get past him, we've got a lot of traffic ahead, so mindful of that. Coming up the hill now for the second time. Slight brush of the wall there on the left. Come off the throttle here. Oh, still hit the wall though. This section is just so difficult. Another freebie as someone goes up to P11, and we're only halfway around lap 2, so we've already gained 5 places. Right up behind RL now. Oh, but we've hit the wall. Luckily, we didn't get a penalty. Very, very fortunate to not get a penalty. Must have been very right borderline as to whether I was hard enough to get the penalty or not. And unfortunately, again, because of that wall collision, we've dropped back off of RL. Marginal whether or not we're even in his slipstream, but again, he's battling with the car in front. In fact, he's gone past this car. This car must have had a penalty as we're rapidly approaching. I don't think we get there. Just about get there in time. Late brake, come off the brakes and go deep into the corner. I don't think we compromised the Sage person very much, so that was all good. No contact. Missed the apex of that final corner there slightly. Very hard to get it slowed down enough. Well, I find it difficult to slow down enough. Just sort of hung a little on the apex of that first corner there, just to so we could get on the power and start pulling away from this Sage person behind, which we're now doing. Slowly catching RL, 8 tenths behind. I'll be honest, I wanted to be a lot closer to him by now. I'm beginning to think my pace is a little bit slow around here. I'm really struggling. Like I said a couple of laps ago, you don't know what tyres everyone else is on. I just assume that everyone starts on the medium and goes to the soft, unless you're starting in the first 3 positions maybe. Then it's probably best to start on the soft and go to the medium. But anyway, we're in this group of traffic here where we're just trying to keep it facing forward, but we're also trying to stay with RL 250, use his slipstream to perhaps make a move in the next lap or two. He's very slow through this section. It felt like it was very slow through this section, but it's all about this exit on to the hairpin. If we can get a good exit, we've got a good chance of being able to make a move into the sharp left-hander at the end of this long straight. Quite far back, and again he's got the slipstream with the car in front, and he's much closer to the car in front than we are to him. So unlikely, I think, that we're going to be making a move on this lap. Braking point's about 125 metres, generally speaking here. Move it backwards and forwards marginally, depending on what tyres you're on and whether or not you've got slipstream. Oh, the car in front of him's lost it. Come down the inside. Oh, he brakes very early. It opens up for us and we just stick our nose in and he lets us through. Fair play to RL 250 for that. And now we're away. We're up to P6, end of lap 3. So my thought is, let's just try and make hay while the sun shines. We've managed to get 3 laps in without any penalties, which for us this week has been almost unheard of. Again, you know, if you can keep the race clean, I know I can get a decent result here, but it's just so difficult not to tap a wall somewhere or have the back end step out on the car and cost you time. But as I say, we're up into P6, feeling like this one feels quite positive. We've got RL 250, who he is a very quick driver, but I'm fairly confident I've got the beating of him, so I've got him as effectively as a buffer to any cars coming behind at the moment as well. So just settle in. Car ahead is 2.1 seconds up the road. We're not going to be making any moves anytime soon. And as I say, we're on the medium tyres. We want to get onto these faster soft tyres as quickly as we possibly can. But we don't want to get onto them too early, because obviously we don't want to wear around towards the end of the race and lose a load of positions in the last lap. So it's all about timing of the pit stop. I think lap 4 for us, with the tyre wear that we've been seeing this week, seems to be sort of optimal. What possibly could have pitted on lap 3, end of lap 3, but it's much safer on lap 4. So as we come down this straight, we are pulling away slightly now. We are slowly closing this gap to the guy in front, but again he's battling with the guy in front of him, this Roger and G80. But we're going to pit anyway. We've got RL still under a second behind us, so he's doing well to keep up with us. Mindful not to cross those white lines and get a pit lane penalty. And when you're sat in the pits here waiting for your car to arrive, you can see all of your pit crew there waiting for you as well. It just seems to take forever. See all the cars going by. Currently down in P9. We're away again, but now we've got this these two guys that pitted right in front of us, still right in front of us. Now luckily for us, one of them has got a 3.5 second time penalty, so we're guaranteed to get that position, provided we don't crash across when he takes that penalty. So we're just sitting back slightly into this second turn here, where it runs very wide, gives us a chance to go up the inside, edging to get past before this slight kink in the road, because that would have meant we had to leave space on the inside, and just about managed it, close the door on him. And we've compromised our line and speed a little bit up this hill just to protect the position. As you can see, Roger, how do you say this person's name, is literally right behind us. A little collision with the wall, and he as a consequence taps us in the back. But no harm, no foul. It did cost him a bit of time, but I don't think it cost us anything at all. Still on the back of G80 here. Just trying to keep the car pointing forward as we come down the hill, getting it slowed down into this hairpin, focusing on the exit again. Trying to stick to the guy's slipstream. Now it was, don't forget, when we went into the pits, 2.1 seconds ahead, which was only a lap ago. So we've managed to close 1.1 seconds through the pit stop on this lap. Keep to his slipstream. We're slowly gaining, and we're not gaining enough to make a move obviously, but we are slowly gaining on him. Got soft tyres on now, so brake as late as we dare. Under a second now, 7 tenths. His time's coming down, and he'll be able to see that time coming down, and he'll feel us sort of gaining and gaining and gaining, the pressure building and building and building, as you do as a racing driver. That's just, you're aware of the cars around you, you know exactly what's happening. Well, I do, and sometimes it panics me, to be fair, so I'm assuming it does the same for everyone else. 6 tenths now, we're definitely in the slipstream. Unlikely we're going to get close enough to make a move into this into turn 2 here. Just set the fastest first sector, so that's positive as well. Of course, we're on the softer tyre with a lower fuel load, unlike the faster runners who started at the front. They would have started on the softs and changed to the mediums. Come up the hill here, we're maintaining this 6 tenths of a second gap, struggling a little bit to make any sort of impact. It's very difficult, I find it very difficult when you change tyres in one of these daily race season on the version of the race from soft to medium or medium to hard or whatever it might be, or the other way for that matter. Just trying to get to grips with the car again and the braking points and all the rest of it, and it's very, very difficult to change like that and just still maintain maximum speed all the way through the race. Anyway, we've dropped back a little bit here, so we lost a tenth somewhere over the hill there, but we're back in his slipstream, and luckily that's helped us gain all the way down this straight, nearly 4 tenths ahead of the fastest lap. Fastest lap currently at 2:02.4. Still gaining on him, down to pretty much half a second now. But the guy who set the fastest lap has now set a new fastest lap, which was a second quicker. He goes a bit wide on the exit, effectively another freebie as we go up his inside. Up into P5 now. 6 laps done. 4 laps to go. And we've got fellow YouTuber Hodgson ahead. I'll be honest with you, I'm not subscribed to his channel. I don't know how quick he is. Never raced him before. And but yeah, so it is what it is. But we're 2.5 seconds back off of him. and we seem to be, I noticed quite quickly, we seem to be gaining quite quickly, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'd already by this time spotted that RL had started on the soft tyres and changed to the mediums. I noticed that the two of them said hello to each other at the start, and I'm beginning to wonder whether or not they're both running the same strategy, i.e. start on the soft and go to the medium. I don't think that's the optimal strategy here, especially when you're starting further back. You just get caught up in too much traffic, as we saw on those first couple of laps with RL in that queue of traffic and us behind. Anyways, we come down the mountain now. We've got the gap to Hodgson down to 1.8 seconds, 1.7 seconds, 6 seconds. We managed to get a better exit off the chicane there. I'm just thinking I've just seemed to have more grip, better exit speeds, later braking, and we're gaining so quickly. I can't help but feel that there's a tyre deficit that Hodgson's carrying. Anyway, coming into this quite tricky left-hander here. Go a little bit deep, but RL250 is finally pitting. Now, he was just behind us. He was 7 tenths behind us when we pitted on at the end of lap 4. We're now coming to the end of lap 7, so he's done 7 laps on the softs. One more than I'm obviously doing. I'm only doing 6 on the softs. But as we come round now, round turn 1, you can see RL still in the pits. P6 currently is just coming out of the pits now, and very quickly he starts dropping down the order. So I think as he comes out of the pits, he gets overtaken, unfortunately. Anyways, we come up the mountain now for the 8th time. His gap to Hodgson's come down to 1.5, nearly 1.6 seconds. Just try and refocus after watching everyone else's pit stops and trying to work out everyone else's strategy. Focus on the track now. There's a slight brush of the wall on the left there. Much closer now. Sub 1 second now to Hodgson. Definitely got his slipstream. Fairly quick through this section. Again, we're as close as we would ever get to him without going for the overtake, I would imagine. So I'm just thinking exit speed here, exit speed on the from the hairpin. That's what's the most important thing. Right behind him, got a better exit. That gap is coming down. We're down to 3 tenths, 2 tenths. We're in the slip. He's staying to the left, which is a little bit annoying. I wanted that side if I'm honest, but hey ho. Go to the right. It tightens up this little kink in the straight here. We're trying to hang to the right. But Hodgson, fair play to him, he pulls out of it. We sort of park the car in the middle of the road, so we can't go left or right, just to be awkward. And that's that position gained up into P3 now. So we've got 2 laps to go. We've got Hodgson right on our tail. Oh, the back end starts going. Oh no, we lose the position. Hodgson back down to P4. Again, I'm pretty sure he's on the medium tyres, so get the good exit, got the slip, stay behind him. Fairly confident we can make the move up the inside. He stays to the left, which makes life much easier for us. Much easier to overtake on the inside than it is the outside, generally speaking. Tries to hold it around the outside, but we're very mindful. Try to be clean, leave him space on the outside, which we do, but we've got the position back again. This time, can we make it stick? Sort of just defend the inside line, try and keep it relatively tight around that sharp left-hander there. Come back up the hill now for the penultimate time. We're starting to drop Hodgson a little. We know we've got better pace than him because we just closed up 2.5 seconds in the space of a couple of laps. So we just got to focus on our driving. We drive reasonably well. We know that we can keep this guy behind now. It's so tricky coming down this hill. All the gear changes, change of direction, finding your braking points and all the rest of it. And I think Hodgson now's got stress, quite frankly, from the guy in P5, G80, seemed to have caught right up to him. So again, I can see that, see something of it in the rear view mirror, and I'm thinking, well, as long as they argue, they battle, that just allows me just to sail off into the distance. And as you look now at the split times to the cars ahead, you can see we're 19 seconds off the leader and 10.9 seconds off of P2. We're not going to gain in one lap either of those two positions, so it's just a case for this final lap, keep the car pointing forward, don't get any penalties, and we've got a podium here from the back. So come round turn 1 for the final time, on the power as early as you dare, be careful that the back end doesn't step out there, down this second longest straight of the track, down into turn 2. There's a little path on the left here which is our brake marker. There it is. On the brakes, flick down to second, up into third. Gingerly on the power as you come up the hill. Really have to rev this car out quite heavily. Down into first and up into second for this very sharp left-hander. Careful the back end doesn't step out both on the exit of that sharp left-hander and the next left-hander as well. This section's not too bad, you have to try and keep it out of the walls, and that's all about your lines. Little lift as you go over the brow, this one, hug the inside, hope that you've got it right so you don't go wide on the exit. Be brave through this section, the back end constantly wants to step out through there, keep it tight on the right, brake a little with this left-hander on the power as early as you can, through the gears, little flick down to third on the apex of that corner right-hander there before the hairpin. On the power as early as you can, down this long back straight. Of course, this is where you serve the penalty, so if you do have a penalty here, it costs you all the way down this straight. It's race destroying, quite frankly, even one penalty. So about 125 metres, as I say, the braking point for this left-hander, and then as we come into the final turn, braking point is on the 75 metre mark. Down into first, up into second before we get on the power, and we come over the line for this one, guys, in P3. I hope you like that one, guys. You can see I'm fairly happy about the result there. Yeah, I hope you like that one, guys. If you do hit the like button, and if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. Till next time, take care, and thanks very much for watching.